Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm hoping that this video turns out okay. I bought this DSLR camera months ago and have been trying to figure out the right settings for it forever. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, you probably have seen a change in, how close I am and how, just kind of poopy it looked. But I apologize. I was working on it. It took a lot of tweaking to figure out the camera and how it worked well with OBS, and that was a challenge in itself. But I think I finally got it, so let's hope this goes well. But in today's video, I wanted to address a question I get a lot, and that is how to process the audio for an audiobook to be compliant with ACX. And there was one thing that I wanted to point out. If you didn't already know, for ACX, they have their submission requirements listed on their page, but everybody's recording space and skill level with your DAW or your digital audio workstation are different. Some people use Audacity, some people use Adobe Audition, and then there's Reaper, and there's a few others that you could use. And all of the functions are pretty much the same, but getting it just right for your voice, your recording style, your space, it takes a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of YouTube video watching. It takes a lot of just, trying some things and seeing if you can figure it out. But ACX, and I apologize, I don't know how recently this was. I'm sure it was some time ago, but they didn't introduce it when I needed it. But for you, for the new narrator, this is a very valuable tool, and that is right on ACX's page. So let's check it out right now. So once you're logged into ACX, you've got these tabs up here at the top. If you go to Production Resources, you not only have the audio submission requirements and the terminology and some video lessons and resources to use to figure out how to do this on your own, but you also have this new audio lab. Let's click this. Now, like I mentioned before, this is relatively new. This was not around when I was a new narrator, so this is huge. Use this tool to upload and have them check your submission requirements. If you're doing an audition or you're submitting a sample or you have a completed audiobook and you want to check and make sure that your files are up to snuff for ACX's standards, because the last thing you want is to submit this audiobook, your rights holder or your author is super happy, everyone's happy with the production, and then, it takes ACX and their analysts with their software a little bit of time to get through and make sure that your file is compliant with their standards. It could take up to 30 days. And the last thing you want is to have this outstanding audiobook just to have, the QA department kick it back to you 30 days later and say, hey, your RMS is incorrect, or your peak levels are too high, or your sample rate is wrong, or some of your files are in stereo and some of them are in mono. You don't want that. So what you could do is, before you upload it to ACX as a finalized project or sample or, an audition, you can upload your files into this Audiolab tool, and that will tell you right away what you need to fix. This is huge. And when I first started a few years ago, there was a lot of other narrators that were kind of tech savvy and made their own software that you could download, and everybody shared it. And it was something that you kept on your desktop, and you can upload your files into that. And then that software would tell you whether or not you were compliant. And I don't know about you, but I mean, these days, I'm not too keen on, downloading stuff from people I don't really know. And it was just kind of weird. But if this was available a few years ago, it would have saved me tons of time. And so I thought, while we were here in ACX talking about Audio Lab, I'm in between audiobooks well, I have a little small one. I have a little short story to do, but I'm in between larger audiobook projects. So I'm going to go into ACX right now and submit an audition. So let's do it. Okay, so I went back to my the Audio Lab page where we last left off, and I'm going to go up to search and I'm going to look for titles accepting auditions. Okay, so let's see if we can narrow this down a little bit. Let's go to genre. What am I in the mood for today? Let's look for health and fitness, business, science fiction and fantasy, self-development, mysteries and thrillers, and history. Oh, let's do arts and entertainment too. How about comedy? Let's throw comedy in there just for giggles. All right, let's see what we get. Prepare to be tortured. The price you will pay for dating a narcissist. Wow, that really jumped out at me. All right, let's see. How to analyze people with dark psychology. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Let's look at that. All right, so let's see. Estimated, this is a big one. Estimated length 9.8 hours, word count 91,000. Unspecified hourly rate. All right, so this book has a 1,763,945 sales rank. And in terms of sales rank, to be completely honest, that's not the best, but it's not the worst. These can go up to, I've seen them as high as, 7 million, 8 million. I think I even saw 10 million before. So this isn't terrible. That means that one of these sells like every 8 months or so, the paperback copy or the Kindle copy, whichever it is that he has. It does have good ratings though. It's got 5 stars out of 113 ratings. Let's go check it out on Amazon. And what you're seeing here on my screen is Keepa. I also resell books, so I have some extra tools on my Amazon that help me to price used books that I resell, so that's why that is there. But I wanted to scroll down and check out some ratings here. So we've got 95% 5 stars. Read the book in just one day. Very interesting, great, easy to understand. I appreciate this book. This is an interesting book. I'm not going to lie, but I don't think I have the time for something this large. But let's just check out. Let's check out the read more. I'm interested to know, analyze, and speed read people. Want to learn how to deal with different personality types. This is actually really interesting to me, but it just caught my eye that he's looking for a male to narrate this. So, let's go back and see what else we can find. So I should probably come down and filter for female. Food Network Kitchen's favorite recipes. All right, let's see what else we got. Instagram secrets. 365 powerful affirmations. Now, I've mentioned before, I narrate a lot of meditations and affirmations. So I think I would be a good fit for this one. Let's check it out. Okay, this is a super short one. They are offering per finished hour instead of royalty share. This is the kind of book that I would probably do for royalty share, but it has no rating, and no sales rank. So they're probably waiting to publish all of these at the same time. And what I mean by that is they're going to release the ebook. They probably don't have a print copy because it's so short, but they could do an ebook and an audiobook. They're probably going to release them at the same time, which is why it does not have a sales rank or a rating yet. But you know what? I'm all about affirmations and positivity, so I'm gonna audition for this one, and I'm gonna propose. Looks like they're looking for a budget of $50 to $100 per finished hour. So if this is 4,000 words, this is probably going to be, if I went for the $100 per finished hour, this would be like a $40 book, $41 book. I'm gonna audition. Okay, I'm gonna open my Adobe Audition. Let's see, Control Shift N brings up a new audio file. I'm going to do my name. Oops, I can spell my name. Yeah, let's keep it affirmations. Or you know what, let's do 365 so I don't confuse it with something else. And then audition. And then my sample rate is going to be 44,100 and my bit depth is 16. Mono channel. Okay. All right, so let's audition for this puppy. An affirmation represents vibration that instantly changes your state. Your feelings and the reality physics as it is scientifically proven that sound creates matter. The words you say to yourself and about yourself are becoming self-fulfilling prophecies. Affirmations shift your mindset away from negativity and into the positive direction. Listen to them regularly. Repeat them. Rewrite. Create your own list of favorite affirmations to drive positive changes in your life. Select affirmations that resonate with you and talk yourself into believing that you are enough. Life is supposed to be beautiful and fun. All is well. You are becoming who you want to be. Imagine your better self. Do it daily and be thankful to yourself. You have great potential and energy to make your dreams come true. Just continue listening and repeating them and imagining that what you say is already a reality. All right, here's my audition. I made some mistakes, but I'm probably going to take them out of the video version for you so you don't have to listen to my mistakes, but you can clearly see them as I use a dog clicker. So when I make a mistake, I click the clicker and it makes this spike here in my audio recording so I can easily see where I goofed. And so I'm going to process this and remove my mistakes, and then we'll submit it. But the first thing I'm going to do is apply my preset audiobook rack. Now, I've shown how to make presets in Audition before, and I'll put that card up above for you to find. But these are my presets. I have most of these are default presets that came directly from Audition. They're preloaded into the program. I've only added, I think, maybe four or five new ones, and one of them is Audiobook. And in that rack, I have a few, and I have surround reverb and echo in here because, as I mentioned before, I do a lot of meditations and affirmations, and I have some authors that want a little bit of like a ethereal, ghostly kind of a reverb or echo in them, but I don't use them for everything. I have a denoise in here just in case something is being a little bit extra loud in the background that takes the noise out of like the background of my voice. But I don't have that all the time. It's only there for when it's needed. But more often than not, I have NS1 mono, which removes a lot of the background noise. And there isn't a lot in this room, but I do have a little bit of the computer being picked up, and then occasionally, the dog next door barks. I have a mouth declick from Isotope. It's the RX7 mouth click. So I have that in there to remove some of the, the little mouth clicks. They're so gross. But that's there to remove that. And then I also have the Isotope RX7 deplosive. And again, I keep my microphone positioned in a way that doesn't really give me a whole lot of plosives when I talk. It's just a backup. It's set very, very low just to catch anything that maybe I got a little bit too close to the mic and got a little excited and, created a plosive. And I've actually talked about microphone positioning for a shotgun mic in another video, and I will put that card up above for you to easily find. And then I have Cla Vocals, which is from Waves. It's a plugin from Waves. It's Chris Lord Algae. It's a plugin that came out, probably a couple years ago, maybe even before, but I've been using it forever. It's just got a very light, let's open it up. It's got a very light bass, a little bit of treble. It just kind of fine-tunes. It gives my voice a little bit more warmth. And then I have the parametric equalizer, which I had designed by Tim Tippett specifically for my voice and my sibilance and for my room, which I don't change. I leave that in there. But for my own personal preference, I leave the Cla Vocals in there on top of Tim's rack setting for me because I enjoy that little extra warmth in my voice. So those are basically what's in my rack for my audiobook. I don't use anything else except for those, just to remove extraneous noises, to remove the mouth noise, remove the plosives, if any, get through, and then a little bit of warmth and cleanup for my voice. That's basically all I use for audiobook. So I am going to apply that. Okay, so I went through and took out my mistakes and some of the larger breaths, and now I'm going to make sure that my head is right here, either between a half a second and a second. I can probably reduce that a little. There we go. And then my tail is between a second and 5 seconds, and we can see that it's 2.371 seconds, so that is fine. And then next, I'm going to go up to my favorites and hit normalize to 3 dB. And then after I normalize, I'm going to go to my amplitude statistics and scan my selection. Is now 21.97. So this falls within the range for ACX. So that works. All right. So now I'm going to save this as an MP3 and just double check that everything is still correct. Sample type 44100, mono 16-bit, MP3 192 kilobytes per second, CBR. Okay. And then now I'm going to go back to, I'm going to upload my file or my my audition rather. And then my message will be, hello, and thank you for reviewing my audition. I can vary the pauses between the affirmations as well, if you like. I narrate many meditations and affirmations for my clients. I believe I would be a good fit for your, or as your narrator. All right, I'm going to submit my audition. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And if you scroll up to the top here, we can see my audition is uploaded and my message is right there. So everything went through fine. And now we just wait to hear back from the rights holder. So there we go. There was another audition submission for ACX and a little bit more of an editing tutorial. I hope that helps you out. If you have any other specific questions about ACX, Fiverr, Upwork, or anything else voiceover, meditations, audiobook related, please feel free to contact me. Leave some comments down below. You can send me an email. I love hearing from you guys. And if you like this video, hit that like button. That really helps me out. And subscribe. I upload content twice a week, most of the time. And this channel is my pay it forward. When I was in the very beginnings of my journey a few years ago, I scoured YouTube and everywhere I could for any information about voiceover and audiobooks. And I am now sharing what I know with all of you. And for more information, check out my website at voiceoverangela.com. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.